Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you decided to come back. Today's topic is going to be inspired by a recent video that I just watched, and it basically touches on how darker skinned black women most of the time have a problem with lighter skinned black women or lighter skinned, mixed women, whatever you want to call it, speaking on their experiences. And this is something that I have been seeing for a very long time. So it's nothing new. It's almost like a combined effort. But before I get into what I have to say, I just want to say that the guy's name is Ricardo Ignacio Podcast. Ricardo Ignacio Podcast. He's on YouTube. And the video, I believe, is called Dark Skin or Black Women Envy Light-Skinned Women. That's the name of the video. So the video starts out by him showing a clip of a lighter skinned black woman. Well, actually, she looks mixed to me. I mean, mostly light-skinned people are mixed, right? But I just mean in a sense of she does look like she has, one white parent and one black parent. So the video starts out with her basically giving her experience and just kind of talking about how it's frustrating growing up in a black family being light-skinned. And then she goes into just describing her experiences, how, people assume that she's adopted when they go out, or she mentioned how, she had problems with a lot of darker skinned, black women, thinking that, she thought she was all that, or making fun of her because, she might like a certain type of food, or she might like a certain type of whatever, and getting made fun of, them throwing that in her face saying, oh, that must be the white in you coming out. That's the white side in you coming out. So his video starts out with this video of this young lady speaking, right? Now, initially, I just took it as a young lady that was speaking on her experience. And honestly, if you watch the video, she has some pretty valid points, that it does seem like something that would kind of be a little traumatizing and something that she probably wanted to talk about, and get off of her chest. So I didn't really see anything initially wrong with this young lady's testimony. And I went ahead and, completed the video. And then me, I have to go into the comments, okay? I have to go into the comments to see what people were saying. And just like I thought, it was bombarded. The comment section was bombarded, okay, with black women making comments about this young woman. And I'm assuming most of these women were dark-skinned, okay? So that kind of tells me something about this man's platform, that he has more dark-skinned black women as his subscribers. Now, I'm not subscribed to him, but I do watch him from time to time, and he does touch on like a lot of topics about, racism in the United States, colorism. He does speak about how, he's a darker Hispanic, and so he kind of experiences colorism. So he does talk about that, just from his own perspective. So he talks about a variety of topics, right? But he does talk about black women quite a bit on his channel. I have noticed that. And I never assumed that the majority of his audience were darker black women, darker skinned black women. But guess what? I'm pretty sure they are, just based on the comments that I came across in this video. So basically, the comments from all of the African American, and let me just say, the video was not just about her talking. He did jump on a couple of other topics. He showed like a video of children, how they're indoctrinated into colorism at a young age. They showed, the example of a light-skinned doll and a dark-skinned doll being shown to the children, and the children, all of them, consistently picking the light-skinned doll, okay? So the video was not just about this young lady, but the young lady is the pretty much the only thing that these women were talking about in the comments, what I noticed. And some of the comments from these black women, I was just like, wow. Like, it just seems like whenever a lighter black person, a lighter black man, a lighter black woman, a mixed race woman that identifies as black, whenever they voice their concern, whenever they voice their truth about their experience, it just seems to me that darker African American women have such a problem with it. These women were attacking this young lady specifically, although there were other parts to the video, but they only targeted this lighter skinned young lady that was shown at the beginning of the video. And the comments were just a variety of comments, but they were like, most of the comments that I saw were like black women saying, I have never been jealous of a lighter skinned black woman. I love myself. I love my skin. And just everybody agreeing with them. Okay. Then I saw a few other comments that were like attacking this young woman, saying that lighter skinned, and let me say, not just attacking her, but attacking light skinned women in general, just based off of her testimony. Comments saying that light skinned women always want to run to, people are envious of them, people are jealous of them, darker black skinned women are jealous of them. But the amount of comments that I saw from darker black women, it was like they were attacking the woman at the beginning of the video. And I know this is not all in my mind. I then saw comments insulting light-skinned women. One woman in the comments basically said, I would never want to be light-skinned. Light-skinned people age horribly. Then she went on to name some light-skinned people that she feels aged horribly. She named Jasmine Guy, I think she named Christopher Williams, and maybe Vanessa Williams. But I was just shocked that so many black women were agreeing and focusing only on this lighter skinned woman that was giving her truth. This is a pattern that I see. And honestly, going through that comment section, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of that YouTuber named Chrissy. I'm not going to link her channel. I'm not going to really talk about her too much because honestly, I really don't want to attract any people from her audience over to my channel because her whole channel is a hot mess. And she literally hates lighter skinned black women, and she has built her platform on just dogging out lighter skinned black women. I haven't been on her platform like in a long time, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't changed. But I remember a couple years ago when I was watching her channel, I hadn't subscribed to her, but I was watching her channel and I was thinking about subscribing to her until I saw what her audience was like. These women, it was like a cult on her channel. They attacked light-skinned women so bad. And I'm talking about to the point where other light-skinned women that were, they would comment on her channel as well. The subscribers would attack the lighter-skinned black women that were making comments on her channel. Just everybody coming and attacking any light-skinned woman that ever made a comment, they would attack her. So I immediately stopped watching her and I was like, oh, this woman is literally raising a cult. She had a cult as a channel. And it was just full of hatred towards lighter skinned African Americans or lighter skinned blacks, however you want to call it. But when I watched this man's channel and when I began going through his comments on this particular video, I was like, wow, this reminds me of that YouTuber Chrissy's channel. I wonder if all of her subscribers are also subscribed to his channel. It would not surprise me. And he had quite a few comments on this video. It might be more by now, but the last time I looked at it, which was probably this morning, it was already up to like 700 comments on his channel, all from Black women. So what I want to talk about is, this is nothing new that I have seen. This is something that has been going on. And again, on my channel, when I talk about these topics, I never, attack darker skinned Black women and just say they're all like this. That's not what I'm saying. And that's not what I do, because I know that they're not, all darker skinned Black women are not like this. They're not. But my channel is about my experiences, and the majority of my experiences with darker Black women reflect the things that I talk about, okay? But why do these women have such a problem with lighter Black women talking about their experience? And why do they try to invalidate and take that away from them? It seems like they're always trying to, gaslight the person talking about their experience, gaslight them, or make a comment, to the effect of, what you experience has nothing to do with what we experience on a daily basis. And even the guy who, hosts the channel, even he was kind of pandering to darker skinned Black women. And I'm wondering if that's because he noticed that the majority of his audience is darker skinned Black women. I'm not sure. But even he was kind of pandering to them. And in the video, he was just kind of like, why do light skinned women always think darker skinned Black women are envious of them and are jealous of them? Don't you understand that, colorism plays a part in this, and that's why they feel that way, And my whole opinion about that subject right there, that line right there, which is very commonly used. People run to colorism and talk about how affected, darker skinned Black women are in society. My whole opinion about that, this is the way I feel about that. I do acknowledge colorism. I do know that there is colorism, very bad, in the United States. As a matter of fact, I feel like, I haven't been to too many countries, but I used to live in Germany for a few years. So I have been out of the country before, and I have seen how different people live. What I will say is, it does seem like it's heavier in the United States. And I do think that has to do with slavery. Bottom line, that has to do with slavery. But it's not like that all over the world. But yes, in the United States, I do think that colorism is very heavy here. And I do believe that darker Black women do experience colorism on an extreme level that lighter Black women, we are not going to understand, because we don't go through it. I do understand that. So when they say that, I completely agree with them. And that's why I really don't try to talk too much on the topic, especially when it comes to darker skinned women's experiences. I try really not to talk on the topic that much, because how can I speak on the topic when I don't go through that? And I do realize that whether I like it or not, or whether I ask for it or not, or whatever, being lighter skinned in America, you do have privilege. You do. We do. We do have a certain level of privilege. But at the same time, I don't give darker skinned Black women a pass to insult and to abuse lighter skinned Black women when they're talking about their experiences. I don't give them a pass. So see, that's when I draw the line. Okay, that's when I get in defense mode. When I see darker African-American women just canceling out lighter skinned women's experiences and making them feel like, no, you can't talk. Okay? You can't talk. You be quiet. You can't talk. No, that's where I draw the line, and I do have a problem with that because that is very common, and it's I see it a lot. I see it a lot with darker skinned black women. I see it a lot. And honestly, it's giving bully. It is. It's giving bully, honey. It's giving bully. I think that whatever shade you are, you should be proud of the shade that God made you. I know that everybody's not, okay? And I know that's probably easier said than done. I know that it's hard for some people, but I think that you need to accept the shade that you are, and you need to benefit from the privileges that you have within that shade, okay? I feel like there are beautiful dark-skinned women. In no way have I ever felt like, oh, lighter-skinned black women, we are the best. We look the best. We are the finest. No, I've never thought that. Yes, there are some beautiful darker-skinned black women. There are. I'm not going to sit here and act like there are not. But if you notice, the women who are attractive, who are darker skinned, they are attractive. They appreciate their skin tone. They appreciate their glow. They appreciate their privilege. They show off their melanin. They're aware of the assets that God blessed them with, and they use that to their advantage. You see beautiful dark-skinned models all day, but they're not attacking lighter-skinned women all over the place, They're not attacking them. So I'm specifically speaking on the women who are of a darker shade, and they're attacking lighter-skinned women. They always have something to say whenever a lighter-skinned woman has something to say about her experience. And it's overwhelming. I can't believe we're in 2025 and we're still seeing this. It's just really, it's amazing to me how much I still see it. Because, to me in the 90s, it really wasn't colorism. I feel like colorism has gotten worse. I would say probably after 2010 maybe. But between 86 and 2009, I don't remember it being this bad. I really don't. But yeah, I just wanted to talk on this topic because this is serious. I see this all over YouTube. I see comments, but this video, it really got my attention when I saw the comment section, when I saw how many women were agreeing with each other and attacking this lighter skinned woman for telling her experience. And I just think that darker African American women, if you are a darker shade African American woman, you need to accept what you are. You need to accept what you are. You need to be proud of what you are and work it. Work what you have. Work it. Because at the end of the day, us lighter skinned African Americans or us lighter skinned MLX mixed, we're going to work what we have. Whether that's long hair, curly hair. For me, I don't have 3A or, well, I can't even remember all the names of the hairs, but I would say 4A, 4B. My hair is actually more of a 4B, 4C. Okay. It can get to I don't know all the numbers, but anyway, my hair can get, curly. I would have to put a lot of gel and water. I would have to, manipulate it a little bit more to get it curly. I can get it curly, but I don't have, that typical, mixed, super long, bouncy, super curly, wavy hair. I don't have that. However, I am very light skinned. So my skin tone, I am high yellow. I can pass for pretty much whatever culture, whatever ethnicity. I can pass for Puerto Rican. I can pass for Cuban. I can pass for anything, honestly, other than just black. I can pass for all of those things, especially if I have, extensions in my hair or something like that. And for me, my skin tone, I am a high yellow. I have a very pretty color to base color to my skin tone, my color base, which is like a gold yellow. And I look really good in light colors. So I look good in pinks. I'm talking about makeup and clothes, but I look good in pink makeup. I also look good in reds. So I can wear reds really, really good. Red lipstick very, very well. And I work it. I work with what God gave me. God blessed me with a beautiful skin tone. My skin tone, I can tan. So like when it comes wintertime, I get super, super light. But guess what? When it comes summertime, if I want to get dark, or if I want to get a nice brown caramel shade, that would not be a problem at all. I could get that color probably in 2 days of just really focusing, going to the tanning salon, staying outside, staying in the sun. I can get that color. So my color fluctuates. So I understand my privileges, okay, of being the shade that I am. And guess what? I use that to my advantage. And I'm proud of the shade that I am, okay? I'm a lighter skinned Black woman. In America, they call me light skin. Some people would call me high yellow. Some people would call me red bone. But I understand what I am. I'm a light skin, and I was born that way. And guess what? I have no problem with it. I use what I have, and I appreciate what God gave me. And I just really think that all women should do the same thing. Instead of continuing on with this chip on their shoulder and focusing in on lighter skinned women or lighter skinned men, appreciate what you are, appreciate who you are. Appreciate who God created you to be. Because lighter skinned women and lighter skinned men are not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. And honestly, more lighter skinned people are being created because a lot of Black men prefer lighter skinned Black women or a different race. And guess what they're creating? They're creating light skinned children who grow up to be light skinned men and light skinned women. So light skin is not going anywhere. We are going to be here. We're not going anywhere. But that is what I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. I would love for you to be here. I do talk about different topics. And my goal is just to kind of inspire and motivate lighter skinned men and women, and to just validate their experiences, and for this to be a space where they're able to come and talk about their experiences without getting pushback and negative comments and being gaslit and all of those things. So I hope to see you all again on my next video. Take care.